continue. Section number 3. Carrying people. It is forbidden to carry a person while he can walk, whether he can walk by himself or not. Right? So carrying a person is a problem. Okay, so I mean, of course, the biggest issue is the children. Right? Sometimes children they're full of energy. They want to go to shul, and guess what? In the middle of the road, they decided not to go to shul. They said, "Please carry me." Like, what is the problem, right? And yes, you told them that Shabbos. Are you going? You sure you're going to work? Yeah, he's 3 years old. He would agree whatever you ask him, right? But then he decided that he's not going to work. That's it. He had enough, right? That's a problem. Carrying people, right? Okay, so our situation: a child who refuses to walk. If a child stops walking in a street, in an area that is not enclosed by a roof, so now we know why area enclosed by a roof costs more, right? If you want to move there, costs more, and refuses to continue walking. One of the following procedures should be employed. So meaning that the people with the small children, for them not to have a roof, it's a big deal. It's it's like very inconvenient. So if you have a roof, you have a baby carriage. So okay, you can put whatever you need, all of the toys, Pampers, whatever this milk, whatever food, whatever you need, and you can go visit other. You can go to the shul with the baby carriage to visit your friends, stuff like that. So that's a big advantage. So if you don't have this, so you cannot use baby carriage, and you cannot carry a child, right? So that's the problem. And even if you want to walk with the child, still you need a diaper to change the child, and it sound like take something for him. So that's big inconvenience. So okay. So our situation again: if child stops walking in the street in an area not enclosed by a roof and refuses to continue walking, one of the following procedures should be employed. Number 1, okay, preferably non-Jew should be asked to carry the child to the destination. I mean, is it possible? Yeah, it's possible, but to ask the stranger is very embarrassing. Can you please carry my child? I said, these Jews. Number 2, if this is impossible and there are several Jews in the area, each should carry the child the distance of less than 4 amos. All right, approximately 7 feet. Right, then stop walking and hand the child to the next person. So meaning nobody is going to complete Melacha. So yes, they would we're talking about Carmelites or public domain. So Melacha in a public domain, just to remind us, is so since there is no transferring from one domain to another, so that's a little easier. But the Melacha in one domain, so to pick up, right, in one place and carry 4 amos. So 4 amos, we said 7.5 feet, right? So if you do less than 7, it's good. So what is it? 7 feet? It's like, what is it? It's like 3 steps, maybe 3.5 steps, right? So meaning what? That if you picked up child and you walk less than 3 steps, so there is no problem. So meaning if you walk less than 4 steps, and hand the child to somebody else, he walks less than 4 steps, and he gives me, and we continue like switching like this. Okay, they should proceed in this manner until they reach the entrance of the area enclosed by a roof or the front door of his or her home. Okay, so I mean, is it convenient? No, it's not convenient. It's very tiring. It is, but looks like there is no other way, right? So again, if it's in the middle of the road. So if a person carries something from one domain to another, this procedure is not going to work. Just so we understand. Right. So carry him to to the Eruv enclosed area, or to the front door of the house. So in front door, it's going to be a problem. Why is it going to be a problem? Because you carry from one domain to another, right? From Carmelis, right, semi-public domain into private domain. Prior to entering the enclosed area, one should try to pursue the child to enter on his own. So that would be the best. If he refuses, a person standing inside of the house should reach outside. An adult in the outside should place the child into the outstretched arm of the person inside. So meaning it was so a person did not carry technically from one domain to another. So this person who is standing inside of the private domain stretch out his arm or her arm, and we put the child in their arm, and they did not carry. They just brought the arms back into the house. Okay, that's the procedure. That person may bring his arm with the child. This act would normally be prohibited rabbinically. I mean, right, because it was a transfer after all. It is permitted here due to the special necessity involved. So again, as we always say, we must know exactly 100% which Melacha is forbidden on a biblical level, which is on a rabbinical level, because if it's rabbinical, there must be some leniency in case of great need. Of course, we're not going to leave the child outside or something until the rest of the Shabbos. So that's the most safest way. Somebody stick out the hand, you put it in the hands, and the person bring hand into the house with the child. Number 3. So solution number 3. If there is only 2 Jewish people available, right? So let's say parents, they should alternate carrying child distance less than 4 amos until the Eruv enclosed area or front door. At that point, the previously described procedure should be followed. Right? If it's, for example, to the parents of the child, so they have to switch carrying the child. Of course, as we understand, the child would have a lot of fun. So now, for a child, it's like a game. You understand? So now you try to put it down and ask him to walk. Okay, we can try. We can always try, right? Right. And of course, the problem would be again transfer from one domain, meaning from Carmelis into the house. Number 4, if there is only one person, right, with the child, that person may carry child home in intervals, never walking full 4 amos in one spot. So meaning, right, so stop like before completing these 4 amos. He is not required to put the child down with each stop. It is sufficient to merely stop and rest for a moment at each time. So as we said before, actually the stopping of the person is considered to be halachically is as he put it down, and his next one. So he waited for a second, 2 seconds, right, and then he continued walking. So it's like new action started. Very important. That's why it's not there's no completion of Melacha. When arriving at the entrance of the house or enclosed area, he should follow the procedure described above. Meaning to ask somebody, of course, I mean, the best way would be to ask the child just to walk on his own. All right, so we can stop here. Okay, so next question. A question about carrying the people, right? If one twists their ankle and unable to walk by themselves, and there's no life risk, do we need to sit right there until the end of Shabbos? Or if the incident happens on Friday night, and a person is a girl, which is immodest and unsafe. Okay, so let's try to understand this question, which is a very good question. So, question about carrying people. So let me first just say what is why we have a leniency with people to begin with. I mean, one of my agendas to learn the complete book of Shmira Shabbos, that it's called, right, where he goes in all of the details, and one of the details is that in some sense a person is carried himself, even though like he's in some sense even disabled. Even a child, if child can walk, I mean, it's a little complicated topic. But if child can walk, or a person can walk, even with support, it's not, this his caring of the person is not 100% caring. But I don't want to overcomplicate things, but in a nutshell, that's what it is. So meaning even if we help other person to walk, so it's like that person to twisted their ankles, that they can jump on one leg, and technically if you think about it, they can jump on one leg till their house, and or if they bring them crutches, for example, somehow, right? So somebody, a non-Jew brought them crutches, okay, so they would be able to use them. So in this case, yeah, absolutely, there's no proper, it's not right, and since plus person most probably would need to use the facilities. So okay, you can stay outside for 1 hour, 2 hours, but that's it, 3 hours maybe. So then you need to use the facilities. So it's proper, yeah, to get the person there, even though it's not life danger, but it is it would be allowed. So plus, as I said, the live person in some sense carrying himself. So that's why we have leniency. I mean, whatever we learn in this book is bottom line, but that's why I need to sometimes to add some details. Right. So that's the question. So of course it's immodest to stay there. Yeah, proper to get the person home. So next question. Could I have a question about education? When learning about caring the child who refuses to walk, I noticed that berating or threatening the child are not considerations, but the views are more on convincing convincing and caring the child. I wonder until what age should the parent start to berate the children. Mm-hmm. Until what age start to berate the children? When it is proper to berate the child, until what age complying with the child to carry him would be considered spoil him? That's it's not easy question. Okay, so let's I mean, it's a big topic, as we all understand. Okay, so again, like a question about education. When learning about caring a child who refuses to walk, I notice that berating the threatening the child is not consideration. I mean, we're talking about small child. He does not. I mean, of course, you can say, "Look, oh, you want to stay here? You want to sit on the sidewalk? Okay, sit on the sidewalk. I'm going to walk." And you see that sometimes, I mean, the child would jump and would be scared to be left alone. And then now he has energy, and now he can walk. Of course, he might cry and be upset with you, but he or she would walk or even run. Okay, so is it tactic work? Of course it works, right? So it depends on the child. So, but I think this rabbi for the purpose of brevity, he said if there is no way for wives to convince the child to walk, meaning that. Meaning that we tried everything, right, to scare him, to pursue them, and to bribe him, and he's not going to do it anyway. So that's I think the bottom line. But if it's other ways of persuasion is going to work to berate him or something, yeah, right. So for sure it should work, especially like if you know that the child is not strong enough, yeah, he can go like run around for half an hour, right? Because he's playing, or an hour or 2 3 hours, like in the house, he climbs the walls, he climbs the chandelier. Yeah, there's no problem. It's in the house. He can lay down on the couch. So just because because he has so much energy when he's playing, does not mean he has like a psychologically energy when he's walking. And then he's bored. That's the issue, right? So of course they had energy, but he decided that he's too tired because he's bored, right? That's when children say they're bored, it's like it's terrible. Okay. So right, I think we answered consideration. The views are more on convincing and carrying the kid. No. Okay. So as we explained, we try everything. So parents know the child, whatever works. Wonder until what age should a parent start berate? Until what age? I mean, like when the child understands like something, so you can try berate, and up to what age? Up to what age when they it's not proper, they would start to answering you back, talk to you back. So meaning it's in some sense we were placing stumbling block in front of the blind, and it says in halacha. So even though it is allowed to hit the child, I think it says in Hilchas Talmud Torah. So, but it's only up to the certain age. Why? Because yeah, for you it's a child, but he's or she is a grown-up person, and they, guess what? They are physically stronger than you, and they can punch you back and slap you back. So you understand? And in the some sense, like if he's like little one and you're big one, there is no problem. They still afraid of you physically, right? Spiritually, physically. But if they physically like a bigger and they're not intimidated by you, so they can hit you back, and it would be stuff like and they by doing that, they if they draw blood or like leave like a black and blue mark, like it's still considered to be blood according to halacha, so they would be deserving the death penalty. So meaning a person by this action, person meaning parent by his action, like put a stumbling block in front of the blind. And same with this case, like yes, you can berate a child, like you can act like a little pushy, but up to some age. Like if you're talking to like this to teenager, most likely it's not going to work out for us very well, right? Because they're only going to push back, right, and can insult parents. That would be an issue. So where to start when they can understand, and when to stop when it's become dangerous, right? So 1 second. Okay. So in the last part, until what age complying with the child to carry him would be considered to spoil him? So age, I mean, this age, I think it's not about the age. Is like what is appropriate? Like sometimes you see like when I'm going back to shul, it's time when people taking their children to the public school. So I pass the public school. So sometimes depends what route I go. Right, and sometimes they would take a kids, and they I don't know, maybe second grade, and they would take him in the baby carriage. So like huge guy or girl would sit, and because they're too lazy to walk. Hopefully they're not sick, right? But of course it's not it's not appropriate. It's not proper in its society, like for a child like that to be in a baby carriage, like to go to school. It's a little too much. Most likely they're lazy. Like they actually enjoy the ride. So same as carrying. Like if the child is huge, and the woman that was like try to pick him up, like it's too much. When it depends on the age of a child, like and how bad the situation is, right? So, but sometimes we have to be like strong and stubborn, like over stubborn child, and he or she would get the lesson like after 1 or 2 times, right? So you just have to be strong. That's it, right? Okay, so next continuation of this question. Thank you, Kudrav. To make sure that I understand the answer, so practically when the kid does not want to walk and is able to do so, we are allowed to use techniques to push them to walk, right? And caring the child is only the final resolution. Yes, 100%. Yes, that's exactly what we said, right? So meaning, right? They should work because it's they're only tired. They say, "I'm tired. I want to be carried out." Like when they ask him to go to bed, they climb the wall. You understand? When we said that we had a headache, they need to sing all of these songs. Suddenly, they have these talents, right? And now that they need to walk because they had us, and now they like became crippled all of a sudden. So okay, so we have to we have to be a parent and right.